This is Luis Sandro of FightHype.com here with Quan Paxton, strength and conditioning coach of Kovalev. First of all, I mean, how did he look in camp? You had him all camp, man. How did everything go for this fight? How did everything go up there in camp?
Well, we go to camp early. You know, we spend time up in Big Bear for about 3.5, 4 weeks. It's real tough. You know, we do a lot of strength conditioning drills. You know, clean diet. A lot of cardio. You know, Kovalev is a beast when it comes to running the mountains, and it's really tough every day.
Do you have a different regimen for every fighter, or is it specific for each fighter, or do you kind of use the same thing for all guys that you work with?
Specific for each fighter. I study my opponent. I understand. I talk to John. We figure out a good game plan of what he wants him to work on, and then I go in and implement it. It's always core, though. Yeah. I always give him at least an hour of core, you know, before in the morning and then in the evening. Gets about 2 massages, and each day we work on a different body part.
You know, he's a strong guy. He's a big guy. How athletic is he? Because a lot of people might not think he's athletic. Is he an athletic guy, or how do you describe him?
I described him as the body of Tommy Hearns with the mentality of Marvin Hagler, with the voice of Drago. That's a good one, right? Right, all three. Because he's lean, but he's naturally strong and powerful, like Tommy was. You know, he lands that right hand on you, it's good night. You know, he has an 89.9 knockout percentage. I just try to keep pushing him, and I usually come to camp with at least 20 to 50 new exercises that we must do, you know, that he must complete. And like I said, some days he hates me, some days he loves me, but at the end of the day, when we have dinner together, it's all good.
And, you know, of course, he has punching power. Do you credit what you guys do for his punching power, or is that something completely different? Does anything come from what you do with him, the way he hits in the ring?
Oh, yeah, calisthenics and flexibility. So I was going to give you more increased power. Bruce Lee was a big believer in that. I am too. You know, we stretch a lot. You know, he does. He believes in me like I believe in him. And when we go to camp, it's just us. No women, wives, nothing. Just hard work, determination, and looking at the opponent and conquering the opponent. That's all we think about.
How important is a strength and conditioning coach? We've seen Floyd just maybe 2 fights ago get his own first strength and conditioning coach. How important is that for fighters today?
I hope it's very important. That way I can keep my job. No, it is important because you have to know your client. You have to know what he's doing. You have to have a good relationship. Me and Sergey are like family, you know, and so by me studying him and just understanding his body, we can get better and better. I think it's really good for boxing now because it's they're fine-tuned machines and very different than other athletes. So, you know, you have to kind of bring out all your tricks to train your client. And when more and more fighters pick that up, they'll be hiring more and more strength and conditioning coaches because they know they're going to get that work. I know Danny has one. I know Floyd has one. Sergey has one. And even Sugar Shane Mosley Jr., you know, he works out with a couple of guys too. So I've been hearing a lot of things. I think it's the best thing for boxers. That way they can get one guy who they can work with, understand them, and push them to win these belts, because that's what it's all about, this belts and this money.
If you're trying to sell yourself, if a fighter's watching this right now and you're trying to sell yourself, tell them why should they hire Quan? What are you going to do for them?
Well, Quan is going to understand everything about you as a fighter, everything about your body. I'm going to give you a great diet, and there's no mercy. Boxing should not be no mercy when we're in training camp. I'm very hard-nosed, I'm fair, and I'm firm, and we're going to get along like a family. You should want to hire me because I've been a trainer since '96. I just turned 41, so happy birthday to myself. And I believe that exercise is a way of life, you know. And so with that being said, when I come into your camp, I just adjust and I play my role, you know. And at the end of the day, I think that's what it takes to be a great strength and conditioning coach.
You know, from what you've seen from Kovalev, he's at 175. Do you think he can stay there much longer? Do you know his body probably better than anybody? Is he okay at that weight? That's where his strongest, you know, attributes are at?
Yeah, he is. He doesn't really have a problem getting down the weight. It just depends on how hard he pushes himself in the first part of camp and how hard we go in sparring. But he wants to stay right there. He doesn't want to go up to cruiserweight or anything like that and deal with those big dudes. He's happy where he is. We're the top dogs. Come holler at us.
You know, just a couple more questions. I know you're the strength and conditioning coach, but as far as this boxing, do you want to see Kovalev, Andre Ward? They're talking about Andre moving up. How do you feel about that fight?
Andre Ward's a great boxer. So is Kovalev. Andre Ward hasn't been hit yet. I would like to see that fight. I've seen Sergey rock, but I haven't seen Andre rocked yet. You know, he has some, you know, the Super 6 was a good tournament for him. He is a good fighter. I take nothing away. He's slick. He's smart. I think it would be a great fight on both ends. You know, I think it's lopsided on both ends. But I'm still going with my guy. He hit Andre. Andre gonna get knocked out. You know, but Andre's a great fighter. I think it's gonna be a great fight for the world to see. But Team Kovalev all day.
Have you felt Kovalev's power at all punching? Have you put the mitts on or anything where you can kind of feel that power from him?
Graduate to that, you know, because I am a mid guy too, and it's crazy because I feel his power in exercises that we do, you know, throwing the ball or his core or when we're benching. I've seen his power. You know, he's a very naturally powerful guy. I just try to add on to that and make him stronger and stronger and stronger and show him that he can always get better. You know, a lot of guys get complacent on top. No. We still train like we're hungry. We're going to reign on top for a long time, you know, and I think Sergey is one of those guys that's very disciplined and understands the responsibility of contenders keep coming and talking smack and keep knocking him out.